Mr. Warhite redeemed a Show Me a Vinyl. So we shall show off one of these good old vinyls that I have collected throughout the years. This is a fairly good one. I don't know if any of y'all know much about Canadian space astronauts or Canadians that have gone into space in the International Space Station or whatnot. But this is Chris Hadfield's Space Sessions, Songs from a Tin Can. And Chris Hadfield was a Canadian astronaut that was on the International Space Station a few years ago. And while he was up there, he recorded an album of music up in space. And all of these songs have this really interesting, like, kind of sound to them. They're very echoey, and the production on them is very interesting. Kind of what you would expect when you record inside a space station. So, kind of got the front side of the sleeve, you got the back with all of the songs. For the most part, all of them are new. What would you call them? Like, are songs written by Chris Hadfield himself, except for the last song, as far as I know, Space Oddity, which is a David Bowie cover. So he covers Space Oddity in space. Think about that for a second. Space Oddity in Space by David Bowie. Great track, great album as a whole. You can open it up in the middle, and there's the good homie Chris Hadfield recording while looking down at Earth. It is a single album record, and the sleeve kind of has all of the songs from the different sides on them for the record, and then kind of Chris's signature and a little thank you and whatnot up at the top there. And it is just a plain black record, nothing special about it, but still a great pickup that I made a few years ago. So thank you, War, for redeeming the Show Me a Record, today's Chris Hadfield Space Sessions, Songs from a Tin Can. If you know anything about songs in a tin can, they sound weird and awesome. So if you haven't checked that out, Chris Hadfield's Songs from a Tin Can IRL, highly recommend. Great album, cover to cover. And without further ado, let's get back into some games.